What is up, guys? My name of course is Carlo, and once again you're watching Film It VFX Studios and part 5 of my film gear haul, shall I say. Previous video we looked at my rig and follow focus. Today in this video we're looking at my MattBox, what came with this particular MattBox, and my ND filters as well. I have implemented one more thing to this rig, which I will talk about in a later video, which is this little thing here. So I'll just pick this up, my speed crank here, which gives you a much more sort of like superior focus, shall I say, a more smoother focus, so they say. I've yet to try it out because, like I've just said, I am biting my tongue with the Blackmagic Cinema camera. I want to, you know, bring this series to you guys in real time and do it as you're seeing it. I'm doing it as well, which I think is going to be very, very exciting. So this particular MattBox is the Fotga a DP3000. I had a bit of a problem with the arrival of this MattBox, as you see in previous videos. I didn't think this MattBox was going to turn up in time to complete the series, to be perfectly honest, but it turned up yesterday, which was great. And I was very happy about that. It was like a weight off my shoulders. I still got a couple of things on the way to complete this rig in general, which is the cage, which is going to go over here, so I can mount the Blackmagic Cinema camera inside. That will come with the building of the rig, with the BMCC that's going to go on it. Complete sort of rig setup, shall I say. So I hope this angle's okay with you guys. I had to try and get a lot in shot, and I didn't want to sort of, you know, keep changing the camera angles around for this particular video. So hopefully you can see this well, shall I say. But yeah, this is it. This is the Fotga MattBox. Now, the great thing about this MattBox, which is something I really needed, is the ND filter trays. If you're using a BMCC, you have to have ND filters. They're the best thing ever. ND filters are needed for this particular camera in order to give it or finish up that sort of cinematic look in general, and to stop lens flares basically getting into the lens and ruining your shot. Now, this particular MattBox did not come with the sunshades. I bought it without the sunshades because, one, I don't like sunshades. I think they look absolutely awful on a rig. But with this particular MattBox, you don't really need them because of the depth between the front and where the lens is enough sort of distance to stop lens flares or lighting getting in. Hence why it has the ND filter trays, which is very cool. Now I'm going to try and spin this around, and I hope you guys can see this in shot. These basically, you know, got tightening things here, and it already has a ND filter in it. So this basically comes out, and basically you've got your ND filter there inside the tray. The ND filters, I bought a pack, which I will show you in a second. They're here. It's a hard rugged plastic, very good quality. It's going to do the job absolutely fantastically for what I need it to. Like I've just said, the ND filters are purely to stop light getting into the lens. Not only that, shall I say, but you will find if you use ND filters, then you can bring the ISO down, and it will be basically noise free. So I could work on an ISO for about 400 or 200, and yeah, it'd be great. No noise will get in, if that makes sense. So yeah, I remember when I got this actually arrived yesterday, and my missus said, "Carlo, this is blue, that's red." Yeah, my OCD started to kick in a bit with that, but I don't really care because blue and red is my two favourite colours anyway. But at the end of the day, as long as it does the job, yeah, that's the main thing. So as you can see, that is my beastly MattBox, which I think looks absolutely insanely cool. As you can see here, It's got the ND, it's got two ND filter trays, which is absolutely fantastic. So I can sort of like spin these around and have two sets of ND filters in there, which is absolutely fantastic. And very similar to the Canon C300, the ND filter will work in the same way. So I can have two sets of NDs and just switch these variants to the certain ND type that I want, or the strength of ND type, shall I say, that I want, which is fantastic. That's exactly what I wanted, and it should do the job pretty well. So a few things came with this MattBox, so I will show them now in my little bag of tricks. I'm just going to take these out, and I do apologise about the one angle shot, so I can't be asked to keep changing the camera around, but as long as you see it, that's the main thing. So it comes with a set of 4 protective rings. What these do, keep your lens nice and snug within the MattBox, and it stops light getting in from the back as well. There is one in there which fits my prime lens perfectly, so there's one in there. So if I was to get my prime lens now and basically fit it in there, no light will get in, and it seals it. So if I come from the front like so, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, hope you are. When the lens is in there like so, you can see it's a snug fit, and it looks absolutely insanely cool as well. It just finishes it off, it really does. So they come with the MattBox, and then you've got your aspect ratio plates for your different sizes. So you've got your 4.3, so on and so on. Even though the BMCC does it within camera, which is great, I'm going to sort of try and test it out to see what it's going to be like with this in as well as out. If I don't need it, this basically bends out, comes out, and yeah, you just get the MattBox in general. But a lot of people say with a BMCC, keep this in. It does make a difference to the aspect ratio. Again, even though aspect ratio you can fix in post, and like I just said, it could be set within the BMCC's menu system. Should be absolutely good to go. So yeah, solid build, made by Fotga. Well, post the link in the description below. Absolutely insanely cool MattBox. I've got a handle coming, which basically attaches to that part of the rig here. Basically comes out and goes over, so you can have a top handle. That's on the way. I bought that separately because when I bought this, it never came with a MattBox, which I thought was quite weird, but that is coming. Like I just said, it basically fits here, and it's like a cage that goes over, and then you can have the handle on top, so I can carry the handle. Not only that, you can attach more things, which I need that to happen, because on this particular rig, it's got no mounts on it. It's only got a mount for the tripod and the BMCC as well. But once the cage goes on, once the cage goes on, then I'm going to be able to put my audio on it, my external field monitor on it, so on and so on. So that's really cool. Absolutely looks beastly, as you can see, especially with a speed crank on it. It looks absolutely insanely cool. I'm really looking forward to getting this rig completed for this film project that we're going to undertake. Like I just said, I've been trying to do this in real time for you guys, so as things start coming and the things that I already have, I'm just doing it as you see it on camera. So we will have a teardown of this, so don't worry about that, and rebuild it in the second to last episode, which is going to be mounting the cinema camera, just setting it all up and getting it ready for shooting basically. So I've got a couple of other things like my ND filter pack, which I'm going to show you in a second. I've got my MetaBones speed booster, which is there. This thing cost me about 500 quid, and I absolutely shit bricks when I had to order this. Yeah, I was not impressed with the cost of that. But with this camera here, it's needed. So yeah, that was woohoo, made me sweat. I have some on-camera ND filters, which is great. I'm going to be testing them out as well. I've got about 5 of these, which is good. And I'm going to be sort of like trying to test out on this rig vintage lenses like this as well, because as you know, if you hook this up to the MetaBones speed adapter like so, and then you put it onto I'll put it on my mount and put it in here. Yeah, this thing should be insane. This is a MFT mounting system. So yeah, once the speed booster goes on like that and it's hooked up to the system or the camera, I should be able to use any type of vintage lens that I want, because I really want to get a nice collection of vintage lenses for this system, so we can really experiment with this BMCC to see what sort of shots we can get. That's going to be later on down the road. So I'm just going to put this to one side now, guys and ladies, shall I say. So that's on the floor, and this is the ND filter pack. Now this was about £40, so I would say about 55 US dollars. It comes with a set of 6 ND filters in a case like this, different various, different strengths, so on and so on. Absolutely awesome pack. These things can absolutely cost an arm and a leg. I actually saw one which was going for about 60 quid on its own, so I thought, let me test this out first, see what this looks like and how this performs, and then if this does okay, I'll keep it as it is. If I don't really like the look of the footage that I get out of it, then yeah, we will change that up and get something a little bit more pricier. So yes, that is it, guys. That is the MattBox on the rig itself. Looks absolutely awesome. As you can see, I still need to set up a lot of it, like I've just said to you guys. But as you can see, it's looking pretty cool with a speed crank on it. Once the BMCC's on it, with all the audio, the microphone, we've got a Rode mic going on there, all that good stuff, then we can yeah, start the short film, get that shot. I will go behind the scenes of that, so I'll have a second camera filming as I'm filming the short film, explaining to you how I did it, so on and so on. And yeah, and then expect plenty more videos on this setup in the not too distant future. Now, I do have a battery pack coming for the Blackmagic Cinema camera. It's needed when I'm shooting on location. That's when it's going to be needed, but when I'm shooting things at home, quick videos, like YouTube videos or whatever I want to shoot with it, then the internal battery lasts for about 45 to 50 minutes, so that's going to be absolutely fine. Not only that, I can power the BMCC through the mains, so it doesn't really matter. If I take my Canon 70D, which is what I'm recording on now, and then change it to the BMCC, plug it into my mains, I've got no problems with that. The battery, obviously, the battery setup is obviously going to be important for when I'm on location and when I'm outside. So yeah, expect a video on that, and that video will come when we build the entire rig. So the rig setup is practically done, shall I say, apart from the handle, but I will implement that into the video once we put the BMCC on here, get this all set up with a cage over the top, microphone, so on and so on. So yeah, I hope you're looking forward to that as much as I am looking forward to filming it. So as always, guys, thanks for listening. If you have enjoyed my MattBox video, a like rating would definitely be appreciated. Yes, and in part 6, we're looking at lighting. I've got a very basic lighting setup, which comprises of a soft box, natural light, some bounce boards, so on and so on. So you'll be looking at that in part 6, which is very cool. And then part 7, we are going to be putting the BMCC all together on this bad boy, finally. So as always, guys, thanks for listening, and as always, I'll definitely catch you in the next video. Ciao, guys.